Hi everyone, we're going to share with you a couple of videos for anyone who's new to deer hunting or is interested and curious about how you process a deer if you do go deer hunting. One of our staff members legally obtained a nice healthy doe and second season shotgun here in eastern Iowa. So this video is going to be all about how to skin a deer to start your processing. This deer was already gutted in the field, and now we have it in the shop, and we're going to show you how to start processing your deer.
We're going to start off, we're going to clean her out, split this down, wash her out, and then we'll go from there. So we're going to grab the saw and split that too. Water is not really a good thing for meat usually, so we'll leave her hang out here and let her dry before we let her send her to the cooler. I wouldn't recommend washing them and then putting it right in because it tracks bacteria, so you want that to dry off. But it's a good way to clean up some of this stuff before you get going. And not everybody has a system like this, but you can hang them up in a garage or a barn just like that. A lot of them will have two hooks. We could do that here. So you spread it out and make it easier on yourself. Around the leg, so I start at the underside of the leg. You can go anywhere in here. I usually try to find that brown to white line. We still have to be careful of these tendons. If you cut those, the whole deer is going to fall on the floor. So that's what you don't want to have anything. So don't try to cut across. Try to get your knife under the skin. So, and you're just running it up. And I should have started with a sharper knife. But just run that up to a point. Not a lot of good meat right up in here. It's full of tendons. So you can stop wherever you feel comfortable. I like to go a little higher just so you don't have hair right next to other meat. So, I've made that cut. I'm going to call that point, and it's about even with the bottom of our cut that slit through behind us. And you'll feel that. It's kind of like a rubbery material in the leg there where that tendon is. So we went to that point. Now you got to go around the leg, and this is where you got to be careful. So knife in and just go around without catching that tendon. So you're working your way around. So we almost have that back around. I'm just sticking my knife in. I'm not going into the meat. I'm just getting it right under the skin and pulling up, trying to get less hair fall out. So that's almost all the way around, but if you can see how that knife, I just stick it in and pull. So, that is one leg that's ready to be skinned around and pulled down. So a lot of the work is not done with a knife when you're skinning them. It's more just muscle. And if you can do them while they're warm, better off you are. But you can see what that tendon is out now that I got it skinned out. You can see that over here. It just runs down, attaches up here and down here, and that's strong enough to hold the whole weight of the deer with that hook. But if that gets cut, that deer's not going to be able to hang. You'll have to hang them by the head or something else, which a lot of people will skin them from the head down. There's a lot of different methods and techniques you can do it. So we're just going to bring that around to a point. And when you're skinning, as a trapper would say, you're not cutting the skin itself, you're cutting all this sinew and stuff that's holding it up. And you try not to cut through the fur again, so you don't have any holes in the hide. less hair on your meat. So you pull it down. Let's do that same cut we did on that leg on this other leg. So see that brown to white line? Come in, knife up. We're going up it to a point. Bring it around. And we're just pulling that meat around and down from there till the next thing we got to worry about is where the tail attaches. And then once we get there, we'll be able to pull it really straight down. So it's a good hand workout, strength training. So we're almost to that base of that tail where that comes in. And all I do, if you come over here, Jess, you can see that bone attaches right there. The base of it, if you put your knife in there, you hit it right, it should pop off. So now, until you get down to the front legs, it's just a pull. It's good to have a knife sharpener while you're doing this too. You gotta hit your knife and make sure it's got a good edge. The sharper it is, the less hair you're gonna have on your meat you have to worry about. I'm gonna start down here about this joint, stick my knife in at that white line, get right under that skin, and I'm gonna run it all the way up. I'm just trying to stay right under that skin if possible. So there's about a good spot. And I'll do some skinning around these legs so I don't have to do it when the hide's hanging around my way. Right up, you feel where that shoulder is, you'll want to at least get right in there somewhere, so when you pull the hide down it can get around these legs. But I'm just gonna run my knife. You can see how this holding material is. Like I said before, that's all you're cutting. You're not cutting the skin, you're not cutting meat. And it's something you'll learn over time. If you cut meat, no big deal. So that skin is pulled up. What I'll do now is I'm going to grab that saw. If you don't have a saw, you can make cuts with your knife and use muscle to break these legs off. We're at the point we just grabbed the hide. And if it's cold deer, you're not probably doing this. You'll have to do more knife work. But this one was shot by one of our staff members this morning, and it's warm, so it's not cooled yet. But all you do, I just wrap them, fur up a little bit, put my hand in it, and put some muscle down, pull down on it. And some deer will pull a lot harder than others, and some will pull way easier. This one's going to be kind of tough, I can tell. But I'm just grabbing it in certain spots, working our way around. So. Now we're at a good spot. I'm going to run that knife. I've got this front shoulder. I'm going to run it right up. Now I can see what's going on. Right out to where I had already, now that's in two pieces. So, This is the inside of the leg, outside of the leg is here, so now you don't have to go over the leg with that. We can just pull it a little bit again, if we can get it to pull. It's hard to get a grip, but you just stick your thumb in if you can. And you see where the white meets the fold. You don't want to cut below that, just kind of right on that line. And it's something you'll figure out as you go, if you're using a knife. So. So we're worked down, all skin is off, everything but the neck, and I'm at the base of the head here almost. Skin, we're gonna hang this deer for a few days. Some say it makes the meat better, aging it. More for us, it's just timing right now. That we can get this done. So we're gonna rinse this out, let it air dry, and we're gonna put it in a cool area for a couple days so this meat can get cooled off. It's still warm at this point. Good thing you can do before you rinse, you can put these legs open a little more, just run your knife right behind them, and that'll get some air in there, and then it'll actually cool it some more. So we're just running the knife right in behind that shoulder, but not all the way, because those legs will fall right off if you get it too much. Right now is a good time after we rinse it. We'll clean all that out, clean this up. So I'm going to grab a hose. We're just going to run water over it for now. We're just trying to rub her down, try to get all any hair I might have got on it, on the meat off. Get some of that trauma blood off so it's not there when we go to do the butchery. Right now, would take this inner loin out because it will dry up to nothing if we don't. So we'll just grab my knife here, we'll run my knife down. We kind of feel that backbone and this inner loin runs up and attaches up here by the hind leg joint. We're going to take that out. It's not a huge chunk of meat, but it's probably one of the more tender pieces on this deer that you wouldn't want to grind or anything else. You'd make it into a steak of some sort. So I'm going to run my knife in there, right on the backbone. Then I'm going to come on the outside, run my knife all the way up there to the corner. So now you can feel where that is attached. Get my finger all the way around. That will just... Now I got the back edge cut with my knife. I made a straight cut across, and I'm just gonna peel it out. That just peels out like that. So there is one of the inner loins. That'd be a piece of steak. So knife down, right along it. This one really got hit when she was gutting. So I'm just feeling, and then I get my knife, I've done that. I get my fingers in, and I can just pull my fingers behind it and feel where it attaches up here. So that flap was in your way, but I just made that straight cut. I've got my fingers behind. I feel how it was separated from the next piece of meat and backbone. Got my fingers behind, made a straight cut. It pretty much peels out on its own. If you can see, Jess, it's starting to come out. You don't even need to do knife work usually to get these out, but a little cut here and there just helps get that down. And that is the inner tendon, inner loin. Everybody has a different name for them. So that would be the only thing I'd recommend you take out for sure before you cool them and hang them. So we'll let this dry and we'll come back and butcher it here in a few days. We have the skin off now. We've done the rinsing. got all the blood kind of cleaned up, some of the hair that might have got on the meat. We're gonna let this drip dry for 15-20 minutes. Then we're gonna carry it into a cool space for a few days. We'll come back. When you see us again, we'll probably have another video where we're deboning it, showing you how we go about the deboning process.